Prime Minister Turnbull, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like, on behalf of all my ASEAN colleagues, to thank the Governor-General, Sir Peter Cosgrove, and Prime Minister Turnbull for their hospitality over these last few days. This special summit reflects the long-standing and multifaceted strategic partnership between ASEAN and Australia. Australia was ASEAN's first dialogue partner, and it has been an active and steadfast contributor to the region, to an open and inclusive regional security and economic architecture. These 2 days at the special summit have been fruitful. Our theme, security and prosperity, is timely, given ASEAN's priorities this year to strengthen our resilience and innovation capacity. We adopted the Sydney Declaration, which reflects ASEAN and Australia's shared commitment to our strategic partnership. We witnessed the signing of the MOU between ASEAN and Australia on cooperation to counter international terrorism yesterday. The SME Conference and Business Summit saw in-depth discussions on how we can further promote trade and investments between ASEAN and Australia. We also discussed how to strengthen the region's resilience on security issues, including cybersecurity, which is timely because Australia and ASEAN are working towards closer digital connectivity. I'm also pleased that we are agreed to cooperate on smart city development. There are clear synergies between the ASEAN-Australia Smart Cities Initiative and ASEAN's own Smart Cities Network. We look forward to working with Australia and its businesses on these initiatives to improve the lives and the livelihood of our people. We are also keeping up efforts to foster trade liberalization and regional economic integration. We strongly believe that a free, open, and rules-based multilateral trading system is key to the region's growth and prosperity. We are committed to do our best to conclude a forward-looking and mutually beneficial RCEP, which we hope to sign this year, which will send a clear signal to ASEAN's external partners and all other countries of our commitment to promote international trade, oppose protectionism, and keep the regional architecture open and inclusive. We also discuss significant regional issues, including the importance of maintaining peace and stability in the region, as well as ASEAN centrality and unity. On the Korean Peninsula, we have noted reports of North Korea's commitment to denuclearization and its pledge to refrain from further nuclear and missile tests during this period. And we've also noted the recently announced plans for President Donald Trump and the North Korean leader, Kim Jong-un, to meet in the near future. We are cautiously encouraged by these developments. The situation on the Korean Peninsula is a complicated problem which will take time to resolve, and we hope these recent steps will contribute towards lasting peace and stability. On the South China Sea, ASEAN and Australia reiterated our support for a rules-based regional order to resolve disputes peacefully in accordance with international law, including the 1982 UN Convention on the Law of the Sea. The South China Sea is a vital waterway through which flows a large volume of international trade. All regional countries have a fundamental interest in the freedom of navigation and overflight in the South China Sea, and more broadly, in the peace and stability of the region. We therefore look forward to the early conclusion of negotiations on a code of conduct in the South China Sea. The negotiations are in fact commencing this year. On Rakhine State, we are faced with a complex intercommunal situation which dates back more than half a century. In fact, if you trace it back, maybe several centuries. It's of concern to all ASEAN countries, and yet ASEAN is not able to intervene and to force an outcome. But we are working together in consultation with Myanmar to provide humanitarian assistance so that the affected communities can rebuild their lives. ASEAN's approach is a humanitarian one, and we are mobilizing the ASEAN Coordinating Center for Humanitarian Assistance on Disaster Management to help all affected communities in Myanmar. And ASEAN will continue to support efforts by all the parties to achieve a long-term and a viable solution. Overall, it has been a very successful meeting. We thank Prime Minister Turnbull for the initiative. We appreciate his strong commitment to furthering the strategic partnership, and we look forward to meeting again and having an ASEAN-Australia Summit on the next occasion. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank
you
you.
so much.